now, Conor Benn's just on all-round smoke. I mean, he just wants to fight everybody, wants to get back in the ring. Obviously, he's a massive star. I mean, his star power in the UK is on another level right now. I mean, and he's going to have a little break, and then we're going to get together with a team and see what's next. I mean, the interesting thing will be to move to 147. The science says he can do it. Can he do it, and can he perform there at his best? So yeah, I think that's the next move. Garcia is fighting Barrios. We want both those guys, so we'd love the winner. But in the meantime, do we fight Rowley? So he could fight Rowley. He could fight Lewis Crocker. Like, I'd love to see him pick up a belt and then fight the winner of that fight in a massive unification. So yeah, Conor's flying at the moment. Obviously, it was just the sweetest night ever last Saturday. I'm knackered, to be honest with you. But it was one of the great nights. Actually reminded me why I love boxing so much, and it was a night we'll never forget.
Yeah, I asked you at the start of the week, last week, when was the last time you wanted to win a fight so much as you did for that? And you was a little bit coy about it, just say like it's boxing, but
I'll be honest, I feel like I listened to a Chris Eubank Jr. interview recently, and I really agreed with what he said, which was, someone said to him, like, do you feel like you're cold, like you have no emotion? Do you know what I mean? And I think the business, the sport, can do that to you a little bit, like the highs, the lows, the disappointment, the disloyalty, the skullduggery, the fuckery. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes I feel a little bit like that. And last Saturday just brought all the joy out of why I love the sport so much. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, that's what I loved so much about it. To see, and I honestly never, there was no part of me who was looking at Chris Eubank after the fight going, ha, ha. It was just this guy. Look at this, look at our guy, Conor. Like, we're buzzing. Tony, his dad, Lee, Pedro, Keith, like the whole team. It meant so much to so many people. And it just reminded me how great sport is, and how great boxing is. And that's all it was. Like, forget the press conferences and the build-up. I don't want people to lose. I want people to win, not Eubank. It was never like, I hope Eubank loses. It was just, I just want Conor to win so bad. And it's been unbelievable. Like, I'm so proud of him, so pleased for him. And the world is literally his oyster.
yeah, just very much contrasting backstage area from both sides really to the first fight, because if you remember from the first fight, it was bedlam. There was uncertainty around Chris, there was uncertainty even around Conor. He ended up going to hospital, but it felt like even from Chris's side, he was very accepting, very magnanimous in defeat, and Conor, it was just like a party. So it was a good side of boxing in the post-fight.
Yeah, I mean, look, Eubank couldn't really do much more than be magnanimous in defeat, and I respect him for that, because it was so one-sided. Like, you couldn't, sometimes you can come out and go, the ref did this, or I thought I won the fight, or, but he lost every round and got dropped in the last and nearly got stopped. So I think he just had to take it on the chin. And I think a lot of what we said before the fight came to fruition. Conor Benn said, I took your soul in the first fight. And Chris Eubank was so brave in that first fight. At 36 years of age, it's very difficult to come back and go again. And I actually think, don't forget, I was at both weigh-ins, as in the weigh-in behind closed doors and the weigh-in, the ceremonial weigh-in. I felt that Chris Eubank looked 10 times better this time on the scales at both of those weigh-ins. But he didn't have the 12-round war in him last time. And I said I think this will be his last fight, and I think that's probably the case.
I know we all kind of got caught up in Conor Benn, rightly so, but you did have two other big wins on the night. 2-0 against Queensbury.
Simon?
Yeah. He's used to victories, though, in fairness.
Last Saturday. Do you know what makes me laugh? When we lose one, all I get is stick. And when we win one, no one even mentions we're beating Queensbury. It's unbelievable.
Sorry, come in here then if you want to talk. Don't talk behind the camera.
No. So,
Ishmael beat Sam.
I think the Ishmael Davis-Sam Gilly fight was a brilliant fight. Big respect to Sam Gilly. I thought there was a stage in the fight where Ish was going to really go through Sam and stop him. And Sam battled back really well in the back end of the fight. I had Ish winning by 2 rounds, but some people had it a draw. Some people had Gilly edging it. So it was, it was a very close fight. Big respect to him. Like, that was really pleasing because you don't, like, that was shit or bust for Ish. And I hate saying things like, when I watched the interview back with him, I didn't like the fact that I said, if you lost, your career was over tonight. What I meant was, if you lost tonight, your career with us was over.
And at a level.
On TV. Because you're coming, I know that Bohachik and Josh Kelly were late notice, but you lost against Kevin in a very close fight. If you lose against Sam Gilly, like, I can't keep doing this as much as I love you. And so I really needed him to win that, and I was so pleased to see him do it. Jack Catterall, Echo Esserman was fantastic. I was really worried about Echo because I didn't like what I see when he went down. And the celebrations after were a little bit very muted. But it was a massive win for Jack. Again, massive respect for Echo because Jack started well and dropped him. It was so one-sided. Then Echo starts coming back into the fight. Jack deserves so much credit. If he can believe in himself a little bit and believe in his power, like Bosey and Boots and all these guys again, this guy can really crack. So hopefully, you talk about Conor getting a shot at 147. Jack won't be far behind him. It's a massive win.
What's next for Jack then?
Really, we'd love a shot at the world title. I mean, I think the WBO are going to make him number 1. So hopefully he could get himself into a mandatory position for the winner of Haney against Brian Norman. So we'll have to see.
What did you think of Lewis Crocker's story he put out after the fight? He had a bit of a rant and his name weren't mentioned for Conor.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned it quite a lot during the week. I think sometimes on a broadcast. I think with Conor is looking for the biggest fights and the biggest names in the sport. I don't think he feels like Lewis Crocker is one of those names, right? And with all due respect to Lewis, we represent him. You can't put him in the same fold as Shakur and Ryan and Tio and Barrios even, like on a stage over here. But you have to respect the fact that Lewis Crocker is world champion. And if you want to become a world champion, you'd have to beat someone like Lewis Crocker to do it. So I'll be honest, I don't think Conor Benn is looking at Lewis Crocker and saying that's the big fight for me. But I do look at that fight and go, that's a fight that can be made instantly and can be an instant fight for Conor Benn to fight for the world title, and not an easy fight. I mean, and that may be another reason. Sometimes you have to weigh up the risk v the reward. I don't think this is in Conor's instance, but some people might look at Lewis Crocker and go, tough fight. Am I going to get paid for the fight? No, but he's got a world championship, so you have to respect it.
Just 2 more things. I know, again, got lost in the greatness of last week was your announcement of the 4 first shows of 2026. Yes. What a start to the schedule. 2026
is going to be our best year yet. There's absolutely no doubt about it. I mean, I just love the start. Andy Cruz against Muratara in Las Vegas. What a brilliant fight for the IBF World Lightweight title. Obviously gels in well with Sam Noakes and Abdullah Mason this week as well. And then the week after that is a fight that I really love, which is Murtsalayev against Josh Kelly for the world title. It's the first world championship fight in the Northeast for over 10 years. It's a massive roll of the dice for Josh Kelly, but it's a fight I believe he can win. We signed Josh Kelly, and that's going to be a great card up in Newcastle. Then you go to February the 21st, and February the 28th as well, respectively. You got Leewood against Josh Warrington rematch, and Navarrete against Nunes. My head's gone. I'm so tired. Sorry, mate. Don't start talking about Kakachi. You know what I mean? in what I think is he retired? No? Okay.
No, that's a no from
Simon
Simon Lee.
Like, every time I do the Belfast Fight Day 5K, all his lot turn up, right? And as I go around the loop, this little kid always goes to me, Eddie, up the Kakachi. Fuck you, or something like that. So he's only about 9, this kid, do you know what I mean?
Probably one of the Legonators, little foot soldiers.
Yeah. So for me, Nunes against Navarrete, it's a Mexican War 2 world champions. Great fight. Wood Warrington, another great fight. And so much more to come as well.
Kelly Murtsalayev. Is Lewis Ritson, Cyrus Patterson going to be on that card?
Potentially, yes. I want to make a really good night for the North East, and Ritson, Cyrus Patterson would be
that's a mad fight, to be fair.
Fun war for the North East.
Last thing, and we'll talk more in depth about it later on in the week, but AJ, Jake Paul.
Yes.
Yeah,
I said tomorrow.
that's what I'm saying. I don't want to go
Actually,
too far into it.
I've got a flight in a minute to go back to Miami for the presser.
That's bollocks.
What?
You're not going to the presser tomorrow.
Of course I am. Got a plane waiting, just flew in this morning. I'm going on it tonight.
Well, I know that's not true anyway.
I left it-
But why is Frank there then?
I left it to Frankie Smith. Thought I'd give him the limelight.
Yeah, what do you just think of, first of all, the reception, really?
I just totally Christmas come early. Father Christmas came down the chimney with a couple of, well, not a couple of sacks, about 400 sacks, filled up with cash, and said, AJ, would you like your greatest Christmas yet? And we said, yes, please. And that's basically how the fight was made. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. He's mad as a hatter taking the fight. The fight will end whenever Anthony Joshua wants the fight to end. He's getting a near career high payday. Thank you, Jake Paul and MVP, for the opportunity. How could we turn it down? I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's fight of the year. I'm not going to tell. I don't think it's. I'm the only person it's dangerous for is Jake Paul, and I think he's absolutely mad. But listen, respect the balls on the fella, but don't start talking to me about, is there anything in the contract where you have to take it easy? No. In fact, exactly the opposite. We're going to actually go in there and get this done in double quick time, destroy him, get on the plane, and then go home for Christmas.
What if it does go 4 rounds?
If it does, well done, Jake Paul.
Do you start questioning what AJ's got left if it goes longer?
It's not going 4 rounds. It's not going. The fight's over as soon as AJ hits Jake Paul on the chin. It's just how clean can you make it? Do you know what I'm saying?
Cleaner than Ngannou.
That was clean.
Who's got more credentials, Ngannou or Jake Paul?
Credentials for what?
To fight AJ.
I mean, Jake Paul's had a lot more ring time, but Ngannou is a UFC world champion who went 10 rounds with Tyson Fury. Jake Paul is probably I don't know, but Ngannou's a big, strong, tough man. Listen, Jake Paul might have a great chin. He's a cruiserweight going up to heavyweight, but it's very likely when he gets hit clean on the chin, it will be night-night, Mr. Paul. And thank you for coming into boxing, and we'll see you again soon.